You are listening to the Why Smart Women podcast, the podcast that helps smart women work out why we repeatedly make the wrong decisions and how to make better ones. From relationships, career choices, finances, to faux fur jackets and kale smoothies. Every moment of every day, we're making decisions. Let's make them good ones. I'm your host, Annie McCubbin, and as a woman of a certain age, I've made my own share of really bad decisions. Not my husband. I don't mean him, though. I did go through some shockers to find him. And I wish this podcast had been around to save me from myself. This podcast will give you insights into the working of your own brain, which will blow your mind. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I'm recording, and you are listening on this day. Always was, always will be, Aboriginal land. Well, hello, smart women, and welcome back to the Why Smart Women podcast. Today, as always, I'm broadcasting from Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, on the picturesque and very beautiful northern beaches. Sorry to brag. Hello, everybody all over the world. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll be definitely speaking to you before Christmas is upon us, but I hope your trees are up and you're enjoying some excellent Yuletide festive feelings about the place. Today, I have the extreme pleasure of talking to my friend Kate Thomas, who has been on the podcast before and who is a pharmacist by day. And by night, she is a woo debunker. So we're going to chat today about the amount of woo misinformation and disinformation that is aimed at women who are perimenopausal, menopausal, and postmenopausal. And there are two reasons for this. One is that I am personally extremely interested in this subject. Excuse me. Ryder, stop pushing your bowl around. It's naughty. Come here. That's the big golden groodle pushing his bowl around. Come here. Come here. Oh, he looks at me like he's never been fed. So I am personally interested, and of course I'm always interested in the amount of woo that is aimed at women. And secondly, and very excitingly, Kate is going to be starting her very own podcast on this very salient and important subject, aren't you, Kate?
Hi, Annie. Yes, I am. I'm going to be dipping my toes into the ocean that is podcasting. Okay. So thank you for having me. How are you feeling?
All right. I'm just a little bit something. I don't know what it is. I could have maybe drunk, I don't know. I had a couple of margaritas. I don't know if that's just affected my stomach, but you would think I would be able to tolerate that. Wouldn't you?
Well, I would have thought, given your training.
I've worked hard. I have worked hard on training my system.
On training that liver.
To training my liver to, not sort of having a dummy spit every time I tip a marg into my mouth.
Aren't margs made
pure?
With, don't they have some kind of...
Magical.
Well, I was going to say some kind of acidic component, which is surely the same acidic component as people get from drinking lemon water every morning. So I would have thought margs are
cleansed.
It's cleansing.
I'm cleansed.
Basically a detox.
I have virtually done a detox on myself simply by drinking a salt-crusted
margarita.
Two of them.
Parasites are gone.
My parasites are gone. My energy, I think I've balanced my hormones. Do I seem balanced to you?
You've regenerated your stem cells.
Kate, your stem cells they're a sensitive subject, aren't they?
They are. With me, they are, yes.
Because those who are listeners who have tuned in regularly will know that Kate and Richard Saunders and I, from Richard Saunders, who's the chief investigator for the Australian Skeptics, went to the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival, where Kate was given the very sad news.
Diagnosed
on the spot. How did he diagnose it?
Visually. He visually diagnosed me.
He looked at you?
He can tell. I'm obviously just got I've got the symptoms showing
of no stem cells.
Of having no stem cells.
So that's the good thing, isn't it, about alternative medicine, is that it can give you an immediate diagnosis, no pesky tests, and also a cure simultaneously, like in the same breath.
Well, I very much appreciated that, because not only did I not have to have a venipuncture, so I didn't have to have any blood taken.
Yeah,
I
which
didn't
is
have
excellent.
to pay for an expensive MRI.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see any kind of
doctor
professional who might have had some training in this area. He was just able to visualize me with his eyeballs, and he knew exactly what was wrong.
Wow.
And then luckily for me, he had the solution right there.
And what was the solution?
It was a patch. It was
They love a patch.
that you wear on the back of your neck that uses your body's infrared light to generate stem cells.
Wow. I mean, that technology.
It's almost impossible to understand why Big Pharma haven't picked that up.
It is. Wouldn't you think that one of those, geeks sitting around in one of the labs would have gone, I know there's this patch out there. So, I mean, that whole patch experience, I think, is typical of our interactions with alternate medicine, to those who are not initiated into it.
And you're using that word medicine quite wrongly.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Alternate medicine. It's either medicine or it's not medicine.
Not.
It's just something. It's a patch.
Yeah.
Or
it's a Band-Aid with attitude.
It's a Band-Aid with attitude.
It's a Band-Aid with aspiration.
Yeah, that's right. Well, amongst the psychics, I did notice there was a cornucopia of patches that did everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I noticed that people lately have been wearing glucose monitors on their arms.
Oh, yeah.
What is that for? Is that real?
Continuous glucose monitoring. Well, it is real, because the insulin-dependent diabetics use continuous glucose monitoring for...
Yeah. So is that a good thing to do?
Well, I guess you'd have to ask what you want to... Why? Do you want to know that? That would be my question. My question would be, if you are not relying on injecting insulin because you have a pancreas that isn't doing that. So if you're a fit, healthy person with a fully functioning pancreas and endocrine system, why do you want to know? Like, why do you want to know what because your body's taking care of that. Your body's been taking care of that your entire life.
Well,
what's to be gained?
Okay, well, as you can buy them online, and they have now become the sort of the patch du jour. I am suspicious that ongoing monitoring of one's glucose levels has been linked to other conditions that you would then find out if you had these other conditions, like maybe it's been linked to weight gain, or I don't know, right?
Yeah, maybe. So you think
I don't know. I'm wondering.
I think you're probably right. It's probably so you can balance your hormones,
carbs. Your hormonal carbs.
Your hormonal carbs.
I don't know.
So you're meant to be able to balance your, I don't know, your stem cells, your lack of stem cells. Yes, I don't know. It certainly sounds like it would be very big in the wellness.
So what I think it is, for instance, you might eat a croissant, delicious, and then test if you have a spike in your, would that be right?
Which, of course, you would have a spike.
You would have it.
The point of it.
Then you could I don't know, extrapolate from that if you're in the wellness environment. I'm not suggesting anybody does this. I'm trying to work out what the so-called benefit. You could then go, oh, that spike didn't come down soon enough. I shouldn't eat croissants. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know. Or do you continuously monitor your glucose and have I don't know. I'm really making this up now. Peptides. I don't know.
Peptides.
And then I see peptides
is
everywhere.
good, and parasites. Okay, so we don't know what we're talking about.
Don't know
so
what we're talking
all
about.
we know is that it is easy for devices and medications which have a reasonable and justified scientific usage to be misused in the wellness sphere.
Yes. I mean, I think that is wellness encapsulated, isn't it? Which is take something that has a sciencey word or perhaps a basis in science. Maybe it started in science, and then
that would have started in science,
of
for
course,
sure.
yeah, and then let's appropriate that into an area where it has no evidence and no need, and sell it to people.
Let's just, go to where we're going to talk about, which is menopause in the wellness sphere. Right. It's understandable that I would be drawn, let's say, towards a supplement or a patch if I'm having mood swings, let's just say, that I haven't experienced before, correct?
Yeah, and you would be, I guess, not all of us, because, I mean, I myself, my personality, my brain, my way of thinking was to go straight to the GP and find the evidence-based science medicine diagnosis and solution. But I know that there are other people out there who feel like they want to try the natural, and I know you can't see me because it's a podcast, but I'm using
she's doing
air quotes.
Air quotes.
As if that is somehow a better choice or a safer choice or a more natural choice. And you can see I'm tripping over my words here because hormone replacement therapy is actually replacing the hormones that your ovaries used to make with bioidentical hormones. That's why it's hormone replacement therapy and not contraception, right? The symptom relief that you may be able to get from an over-the-counter wellness supplement is
that
not,
of a smartie.
Yes, not only that of a smartie, but it's not going to be the biosimilar equivalent of what you used to have. So as to how, that way of thinking just doesn't sit. It doesn't sit with me.
No, well, it shouldn't sit with you. But the issue is that I just want to say first up, I've never had a mood swing. I'm just incredible.
Me neither. You should ask my children.
Yeah. Ask David. And I have been on HRT for a long time because I managed to investigate the data, the flawed science behind the big study that came out that linked HRT to breast cancer.
Yeah.
And we found in that study that they hadn't controlled for smoking, obesity, et cetera, et cetera. Is that right, Kate?
That's right. And they misinterpreted that data and garbled the message such that it became HRT causes
breast cancer.
Causes cancer.
Yeah.
I think also
ovarian
cancer and fallopian tube cancer.
Yeah.
And they've now completely reversed their messaging on that. But it just means that there was a 25-year period where women
were
denied.
Suffering.
I mean,
suffering.
and also forget years and years before that, where my grandmother, who was born in the 1920s, I mean, imagine. You can only imagine what she had to endure.
Yeah. So what have you had to endure?
Well, I've had to endure really very little because as in...
You're so young and amazing.
Because that's right, because of my lack of stem cells. No, because I have, luckily, the support of my wonderful family, but I've also got the education and the opportunity to be able to access really amazing doctors. So and I actually work in an area where
so you're informed.
So I'm informed. So when I am having hot flushes, so hot flushes for me was the first thing that I noticed. I know.
Lovely.
And actually, do you know what, Annie? It took me a weirdly long time to work out what was happening. And I know I've just, espoused how amazingly health literate I am, but
yeah. I know, I get it.
I would have hot flushes and I mean, it took me months and months and months before
to
I
work
went,
it
wow,
out.
you dingus. Obviously, it's this.
Well, you just adapt. I think something happens and it just sort of goes
becomes
into
the new normal.
It's the new normal until you go, hang on a minute.
Wait a second.
I shouldn't be waking up in drenched sheets.
No, and also, why is he quivering under the doona and I've got 28 fans on?
Yeah.
And then I was put on a non-hormonal treatment for hot flushes, which was been approved by the FDA for a long time, but was just new to Australia probably 2 years ago. And that was amazing. That fixed the hot flushes beautifully and that was perfect. But then I had a DEXA scan and found out that my spine had a bit of osteopenia. So therefore...
So just unpack DEXA scan and osteopenia for me.
So a DEXA scan is a really low dose X-ray, and I had only my big bones done, so I had only my spine and my hips. But
me too.
Yeah, I think some people do limbs as well.
Mine's in my hips.
Mine is in my spine, which I believe is a better place to have it than in your hips.
Go you.
So I'm just going to have
no stem cells though.
Brag.
So don't be bragging about your good hips.
Rude. And I guess that was the defining. That was almost like a differential diagnosis for my GP, who is a women's health GP. Because there's overwhelming evidence that replacing estrogen helps you to hold onto the spine that you've got. So until I had a DEXA scan.
And you're an ultra marathon runner, are you not?
Yeah, I am.
Wouldn't you have thought
that was enough?
That which is exactly the same, I don't know, I went into this whole environment with exactly the same mindset because I go to the gym every day and I lift weights. And I was virtually smug. I was smug.
I was also very smug. I was extremely of the opinion that
useless,
that I was not going to be osteopenic.
Yeah, wouldn't you think that all that pounding would have protected your?
I guess not enough.
Not enough.
And I suppose so. Again, you can't see me because it's a podcast, but I'm slight,
very slight.
So heavier bodies do better because the whole point is like load bearing.
That's right. The doctor said the same thing to me because when I went and got the result and I was floored and sat there questioning the validity of it, I said, I do so much weight bearing.
Yes.
And she said, yes, you do, but this is the result of it. And also, besides not being very heavy, she said it's related to low vitamin D.
So my vitamin D was perfect. So
see, yet again, bragging.
Here is a brag.
Yeah.
Here's a weird brag.
Yeah.
My blood test, I had a full blood count done. So I had my thyroid hormones done and I had everything done. My cholesterol, I had everything.
Nice.
And when you look up textbook results in a textbook, there's just a picture of me. I could not have been more normal.
More perfect and normal.
Yeah. So I guess it's just then a matter of genetics. So I look exactly the same as my mother, who looks exactly the same as her sister, who looks exactly the same as my grandmother.
Wow.
In terms of our body habitus. So I think, there's only a certain amount you can do to fight your genes. And interestingly, my mother, who is now 75 and is extremely fit, still swims kilometres and kilometres every day.
Wow. She looks amazing. I met her the other night.
Yeah. So she's been on a bisphosphonate, which is one of those bone reabsorption drugs that you can have to stop so that works by stopping your body reabsorbing your bones for calcium, which is why you have to have a calcium supplement with it because your body's got to get calcium from somewhere.
So why don't I have one? I'm disappointed. I feel left out of the calcium supplement.
You can have one, but
cohort.
More is not more when it comes to calcium supplementation. So you really do need to have a good think about how much you're eating. And
I eat cheese.
Yeah, so cheese and dairy. When I had a look at my diet, the recommended intake is 1,200 milligrams.
It means nothing to me.
That's just what it like. That's your target, 1,200 milligrams. A glass of milk is maybe Oh, now I'm going to get this wrong. So people can correct me,
and they will.
Oh, so that'll be really good. But a glass of milk is going to be something like 200 milligrams. So if you have 2 lattes a day, so you're up to 400, maybe 500
But I just
milligrams.
got to say about the cheese thing is that I was doing really well on the cheese until last night when Ryder put both paws up on the counter and then had a good old chew of the whole block. So his calcium score is going to be
amazing.
Really good. It's going to be amazing.
But things like, so there's a little bit of calcium in meat, not a lot. There's a little bit of calcium in eggs, not a lot. It's really dairy. But I was getting not even to really halfway when I sat down.
Wow.
Yeah. So
do you not just eat enough of that?
Well, no. So I guess I was having toast maybe for breakfast.
Yeah. With what on it?
Well, maybe Vegemite. So probably a little bit of butter, but Vegemite. I was having 1 or 2 full cream lattes, so that was really helping.
That's good.
So I've just had to have some yogurt. I mean,
I eat yogurt.
It's not a challenge to eat more cheese, so that is amazing. But then I also take 1 tablet of calcium.
Well, I want to go and talk to someone because I'm not taking any calcium. I'll tell you an interesting thing though. Years and years and years ago, I was sick and they didn't know what was wrong with me. And that is, interestingly enough, what started my investigation into the whole med thing, because I was told a lot of crap by everybody. And I had a parathyroid tumour on my parathyroid, and he asked if I was taking calcium supplements.
Yes.
And I wasn't.
No.
It was nothing to do with it. Anyway, they took that out and I was fine.
Yeah, good.
And that was because of that fantastic sesame scans.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
Incredible.
I love science. So, all right. So back to this notion of menopause and what can actually help us and what is just bunk. So what we know about information is that once we hear disinformation or information of any kind, we are more likely to retain that initial piece of information as opposed to the refutation of it. We don't even hear the refutation of it. Also, there's a very strong brain bias that if we hear something repeatedly, it has a lot of traction in the brain. So that repeated notion, it becomes a social norm. And then on top of that, we've got the in-group, out-group bias. So if I'm surrounded by my friends and we're all talking about wellness and somebody's taking a yam thing, what is that?
Yeah. Wild yam cream.
Wild yam cream. So if I'm in a group and one of my friends is having hot flushes and she's taking wild yam cream, and then another one of my friends says, I've been having this really good peptide supplement, then that is my in-group, and we have this strong thing called identity protective cognition, which means that I do not want to separate myself from my group. I do not want to be expelled from my group by holding an opinion that is antithetical to them. So I'm much more likely, even if I do have some doubts, to stay in the in-group and not go to the out-group. Do you find that in your dealings with people in the world?
Well, of course. And I am trying myself to be more aware of surrounding myself with people who just agree with myself, and having that echo chamber of...
Yeah, don't keep talking to me then, because that's all I do.
Well, I mean, I suppose if I were really trying to grow as a person, I would seek out...
100% we would.
Yeah.
It's true.
But then I talk to somebody who disagrees with me and says that wild yam cream cured their menopause symptoms, and then I think, no, I just better retreat back to the safety of my own clever scientific friends.
Yeah. Well, I think we must always ask in a conversation with somebody that doesn't agree with you is what am I trying to achieve here?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So, I mean, the wild yam cream is interesting because there are people who will die on that hill, on the wild yam cream hill. And phytoestrogens, so estrogens that are plant-derived,
yeah,
made in a lab.
Yeah.
And progestins, actually is probably what they are, that are made from plants, are, derived in the lab from plants. And wild yam is the precursor of the progestins that are made in the lab.
Right. So it's a cruder version. Is that correct?
So I guess it's come from a place. It's come from an actual place. What they then do though is they go,
who's they?
The cookers who are cooking up the wild yam cream. They go, well, we'll put it in a cream and then you can rub it on your legs.
Yeah.
But
it has. Are you saying? It has the same active ingredient?
It has the same active ingredient. But sadly, what you don't have that the Petri dish has is the enzyme that converts it. So your body does not contain the enzyme that converts diostogen, which is the chemical structure that's in the wild yam, into a useful progestin. So you're putting wild yam on your skin,
it's making
and your body's
soft,
and it's made your skin
a bit
soft.
yellow.
And I think it's if you can liken it to rubbing potatoes on your legs and thinking you've made vodka, like that's sort of equivalent. I've rubbed myself in mashed potato, and now I'm drunk on vodka.
Okay, all right. So let's just be super clear about this, because I see for my sins I follow a lot of these purveyors of alt-med menopausal products, and I see a lot about this wild yam. And if you're not schooled in the science of it, it sounds perfectly reasonable, and that's the problem.
That's right. It sounds perfectly cromulent, as the Simpsons would say.
That's right, because here it is. It's wild.
It's natural.
You've got the appeal to nature bias.
Yeah.
Right. It's wild. It's yammy.
And it's been founded in some science.
It's got an element of science in it, but I think that is so fascinating. So let's just be super clear about it, that our bodies do not have the enzyme that is going to activate the
I mean, that assumes that it gets through your skin, which is the greatest barrier your body has.
Right.
It keeps the insides in and the outsides out. That's literally its job. Yeah. So you're assuming by putting wild yam cream on your skin that it's small enough to get through the
dermis.
All those skin cells that are they're so well packed together, you actually stay, a person. And
otherwise you'd wash your hands and your hands would fall off.
Well, yeah, that's right. You don't dissolve into the bath. So assuming that it's small enough to get through your skin, assuming it's lipophilic enough to get through the fat that's in your skin, so it can't be a water-soluble molecule. It has to be a lipophilic molecule. And then it's hurdled all of those barriers and it's made it into your bloodstream. Now what?
It's like an Olympian hurdler at this point.
It's an Olympian hurdler.
It's done all that. It's in the bloodstream.
Swum through all of those barriers. And now it's in your bloodstream. What? Now what happens?
Now, then it's searching.
It's searching for an enzyme.
That we don't manufacture.
That we don't have.
All right. So clearly it's just a heap of crap and useless.
But
it's very prevalent.
People so I did a TikTok video on wild yam cream, just explaining all of what I've just said.
I saw that one.
And there were a very, very large number of comments saying wild yam cream absolutely saved my menopause. And look, great, I guess.
Well, hang on. So let's just and then we're in the extremely difficult land of anecdotes and of hang on, I've had a mental block. Then we're in the very difficult land of anecdotes and causation and correlation. Yeah.
Well, right. And also the fact that you haven't actually sought proper treatment.
Why would I though if I've got wild yam?
You've missed out on the benefits. So the overwhelming evidence that replacement of estrogen lowers cardiovascular risk in later life. You've missed out on all of that.
And dementia.
Because you've been diverted down a path of no evidence.
No evidence. But you'd have to say for the people that have commented that have felt that the wild yam cream has been amazing, and they are going to go out into their environment and they're going to talk to their girlfriends, and they're going to say it's amazing, and then they're going to get online and they're going to order it. And then what they've got as well is motivated reasoning. I want to be able to say, especially to a naysayer like you, I want to be able to say, I am better and you're just in the pocket of Big Pharma. I want that.
Oh, if only I were in the pocket of Big Pharma.
If only all of us were. We're all shills. We're all wealthy. All us debunkers. I know. And you're right at the forefront of it. Man, you're actually dealing with evil pharmaceuticals every day.
I know, but sadly for no kickback.
No kickback. It's coming. It's because I'm getting double. Yeah, for promoting science. So let's go back to menopause. So, all right. So we've sort of covered the notion of identity protective cognition, in-group, out-group bias, confirmation bias, right? We've got that sort of, we know that that's happening. How can we effectively or most effectively counter the narrative? What do we do?
Oh, that is the
so hard.
$64 million question,
Because mocking someone is not working. It just will not work.
No. I think that, I don't know.
Have you had any – okay. Let's just go back to – we've got wild yam. What are some of the other products that are aimed at the ever-burgeoning menopause market?
Well, I'm seed cycling.
Can you talk to me about this seed cycling? I want it bad.
Yeah.
I want it.
You need it. You need to be able to eat the appropriate seeds. So
what do you mean seeds?
Sunflower
like
seeds or other one seeds that have the correct amounts of, and now I'm going to make this up, selenium or whatever.
Yeah, magnesium.
Micronutrients.
Macro.
That then balance and support your cycle throughout the cycle. And that's seed cycling. So you eat,
What?
You eat pumpkin seeds for the first week, and then you eat different seeds for the second week, and then you eat different seeds. And seed cycling.
I've never heard
tell
of
I don't
this.
know.
You don't know much about it.
I'm not an
I don't
expert.
want to know about it.
No. I mean, look, if you like seeds, yum.
I don't particularly.
But
I don't mind
But
them.
if you do, fill your boots. Eat your seeds.
But hang on. So then I'd go downstairs. I mean, that's the truly convenient thing about living here.
Yeah, you just go down to Woolies.
I've got so much access to seeds.
You do. They're all, and Woolies have got that macro range. So they're organic.
Okay. It's funny. I was having a conversation with a family member who told me they were eating, they only ate organic something. I said, well, that's pointless.
Completely pointless.
It's completely pointless.
But also,
and they were stunned, and because it's 4 times as much.
And everything's organic. I mean,
it's just mad. It's mad. It's like they don't. I mean, I think the premise is, it's like the anti-GMO. It's the same sort of principles,
that's right?
When actually GMO, if you look at it, actually
is incredible.
And uses it. It means that we can actually use less pesticides, and so it's actually beneficial.
Feed the population
because everything is not about white middle class people.
Is it not?
Surprising? What
Amazing.
Isn't it? What?
I thought it was.
It is
not
mostly
all about me.
It mostly is about you.
Thank goodness.
You're slightly exceptional because of stem cells.
Yeah, that's right.
So we've got the seed cycling, which is rubbish. We've got wild yam. What else is aimed at women? I see supplements a lot.
There are a lot of supplements that are branded peri or menopause.
They are now because it's the new black. Menopause is the new black.
Menopause is the new black.
Yeah.
And I think that the fact that menopause is the new black is great because at least now we are able to talk about it. And
which is really good.
Don't all just have to sit in our houses on our own sweating and thinking we're the only ones and everybody else has got it completely together and we're the only ones
to murder people.
Yeah, crying in the kitchen because they don't know why they went there.
Yeah.
So I love that, but of course then it's been jumped
co-opted, right?
Being co-opted by big wellness without necessarily any of the data,
evidence
and evidence to support the claims that these products are making. And it's perfect for them. It's a perfect topic and stage of life for big wellness to co-opt, because they're women who are in a change. You know, most mammals, after they've stopped reproducing, you know, once they've reached the end of their reproductive life,
they just die. We don't die.
It's
die. Really good.
It's really good, but it means we have to have menopause and then the live with the changes. And so what a great opportunity. There's 50% of the population are going to go through it, and it's a captive audience, and everybody wants to feel better because
why shouldn't they?
And why shouldn't they feel better? And
as we know, wellness and alt med is aimed mainly at females.
Of course, because we're the easiest target. I mean, I guess we are more invested in our own health, I would say, broadly. You know, men typically aren't as interested, or I would say, you know, maybe take as good a care of themselves.
Well, no, I mean, there's plenty of data around that, and also, you know, with the patriarchy, you know, there is more pressure on us to remain younger, skinnier, prettier for longer, as opposed to men who simply become fabulous and sort of, I don't know,
silver foxes
and
more distinguished.
They just become more. It's so irritating. It's so unfair, but it's true.
And also the fact that most of the trials are done on white men.
Yeah.
So therefore the treatments work really well in that cohort, and less well if you're in other cohorts. So there's that's a very large topic of
the way that women's profiles are left out of the scientific analysis, and we know that to be true. So so we know that these supplements, the cream, etc., is all aimed at women, and that the market is huge, and that because of in-group bias, we're more likely to accept it. And I guess we've just got a job on our hands to keep doing what we do, which is trying to say, just listen to the science. But the problem is the science is being constantly devalued.
Well, and also the science hasn't got that real emotive language.
No, it hasn't.
So it's
the certainty.
Or the certainty. So it's not nearly as sexy or as easy to get on board with. The messaging is a lot more nuanced, and it just doesn't sell nearly as well as, you know, as the wellness would.
100%. And as we know by our interaction with because Kate and I appeared at the Occidental Hotel for the Skeptics Conference, Skeptics panel, beg your pardon. And at the end of our little chat, there was a woman who appeared who was very angry with us and blamed us for a number of things, like her neighbour's child's inability to play sport, anyway, which was fantastic. But she was quoting, have we read RFK's book?
Yeah, I haven't.
Wow.
I haven't, sadly.
What, Kate? Good Lord. What's wrong with you?
Maybe if I get it on an audio book, I can
listen to it
whilst
on
I'm
a
running.
loop. Just listen to it on a loop. It's really good.
When I need to go fall asleep.
Yeah. And we know that RFK, besides anything else, promotes and has always promoted his own alternate products.
Yeah.
It's some notion that these people are just, you know, in there because they're for the good of humanity, and they just want to restore us to our natural state where we eat properly and breathe well and run around and, I don't know, get enough exercise or something. And it's just complete nonsense, because what they're actually trying to do is just sell us their products.
It's also interesting that we need to remind ourselves that we take our social cues from America. So for her to be in an Australian pub, saying, "Have you read an American politician's book?" is I think telling about how ingrained we are,
enmeshed with America.
Yeah,
interesting. Hadn't thought of that. This should be your podcast.
Well, funny you say that, Annie, because I'm thinking of
is this an intervention?
My own podcast.
Is this an intervention where you're going to come in with David and go, Annie, this is not working? Kate's taking over.
I'm taking over the podcasting world.
Yes, and that will be interesting.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
People can feed that back to me.
Yeah, and they will.
Yeah, they will.
Don't you worry about that. You'll be getting
forward to it.
Yeah, I'll be saying nice things about you.
Thank you.
Because you are a really good communicator and we need good science communicators. So, on that note, I will bid you farewell. You can go back to your ultra marathon running.
Thanks. Hope you're feeling better.
I'm all right, thank you. Thank you for asking. The tequila's really helping, I think, in its own way. I feel cleansed.
You look cleansed.
Thank you. And I'm going to go about my business. So to all the women out there, especially those that are perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal, go to the science. Just go to the science. Go to your GP. There's been that theory that promulgated that women shouldn't take HRT has been tossed out the window. It's safe, and there is no reason why anybody should be suffering from these awful symptoms, which can actually almost ruin your life if they're severe enough. So,
not to mention your relationships.
Your relationships. Well, I include that in your life. Yeah. I mean, it affects everything. So, do yourselves a favor and go to your doctor and discuss the medical options. I have done it. Kate has done it. And we're living examples, aren't we?
We are.
Of magnificent females.
The wonder of science.
The wonder of science. So thank you so much. Thank you, Kate, very much. Please come again. Thank you, listeners. And as always, stay safe, stay well, keep your critical thinking hat on. See you later. Bye. Thanks for tuning into Why Smart Women with me, Annie McCubbin. I hope today's episode has ignited your curiosity and left you feeling inspired by my anti-motivational style. Join me next time as we continue to unravel the fascinating layers of our brains and develop ways to sort out the fact from the fiction and the over 6,000 thoughts we have in the course of every day. Remember, intelligence isn't enough. You can be as smart as paint, but it's not just about what you know, it's about how you think. And in all this talk of whether or not you can trust your gut, if you ever feel unsafe, whether it's in the street, at work, in a car park, in a bar, or in your own home, please respect that gut feeling. Staying safe needs to be our primary objective. We can build better lives, but we have to stay safe to do that. And don't forget to subscribe, rate and review the podcast and share it with your fellow smart women and allies. Together, we're hopefully reshaping the narrative around women and making better decisions. So until next time, stay sharp, stay savvy, and keep your critical thinking hat shiny. This is Annie McCubbin signing off from Why Smart Women. See you later. This episode was produced by Harrison Hess. It was executive produced and written by me, Annie McCubbin.